Start that up while we're talking about this. Oh, there he goes. Um,
Yeah. Dune audio book is 21 hours and 2 minutes.
yeah, and then Dune Messiah is only. I was like shocked because Dune Messiah, the second one, is only is just shy of 9 hours, and I was like, well, that seems weird. But
I don't.
like, if you go by runtime of Order of the Phoenix, the movie,
Hmm.
by the time you have that same time elapse of 2.5 hours into the in the audiobook, they're not even in school yet. He hasn't even gone to
Oh,
the
really?
ministry for his trial yet for using magic to get rid of the
Magic in front
Dementors.
of muggles. Yeah.
Yeah, like he isn't even at that point yet. There's so much extra stuff in the beginning of that in that book that like it's impossible to think about the movie in the same context.
Is someone rereading?
I'm reading for the first time the Harry Potter books.
Holy shit! You never read the books.
No sir,
It's been a while since I read the books, but I read them like 3 times.
I didn't read no child bullshit when I was younger.
Wow.
I
When you were
well,
or older, all about it.
I don't think we've ever talked about this before, but I didn't actually even know what Harry Potter was until the first movie came out. And Dustin was
Really?
like, "Hey, want to go see that Harry Potter movie?" And I was like, "Isn't that like a kids thing?" Like, he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, okay, let's go see it." Because
You
I've
convinced.
I've never not gone to see kids stuff. I just didn't know what it was. Like I didn't because at that time, like I didn't really watch like the trailers weren't like a big thing. You know what I mean? We wouldn't just watch movies. Because there wasn't really like a source to go watch trailers for stuff like that, which is weird to say because it's only been like what 12 years or some nonsense.
A little bit.
It's been like 22 years.
Mom's been 22 years. So but I was like, I remember watching it and I was like, holy shit, like this is amazing. And my brother's like, well, yeah, like the books are really popular. I was like, there's books.
Hmm.
And then I never went back and read them. I wasn't
Okay.
really. I was more into like more of the sci-fi books at the time. I was reading a lot of the Star Wars books and things like that, and some of the terrible fucking Star Trek books. Oh, which, if you're counting, are all the Star Trek books, by the way. They're fucking terrible.
First movie 2001, so 19 years.
19 years. Oh yeah, it does make sense because we that was one of the first movies we watched when we moved out here because we had nothing else to do because we knew nobody except for my cousin.
That and because Surprise was such a different place 19 years ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, we didn't even have a movie theater, let alone, two.
19 years ago, it was basically a U-Haul place out here and some houses where I lived.
Yeah, we didn't even have a Walmart then.
No, didn't have any of that.
We didn't have a
Well,
Walmart. We
it
didn't have a
was
post
just-
office.
Man,
It was the U-Haul that was on the corner of on Grand and Bell, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yep. And that was like, because that corner was all like orange trees and shit. The
At
corner
one
where
point, yeah,
where like the Best Buy and the Target's at.
yeah.
it still smelled like shit cabbage.
A little bit, yeah. Especially towards my house because we had that we were surrounded by the farmland at that point.
Mhm.
I remember because we went to that was one of the first movies we saw at Harkins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
You see it at the Harkins in Glendale then?
at Arrowhead, yeah, our old stomping
Yeah.
ground, yeah. Because we used to go because my dad worked at the Union Hills Bowling Alley, so we used to go to the AMC Deer Valley all the time.
Yeah.
And because I mean, I worked that direction as well at the time before Best Buy, and so we used to go there like all the time just to watch movies. It's like it's the only ones we knew of. And one time we were driving by, and I was like, "What the hell is a Harkins?" And so we went by, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Changed your life.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck AMC's dirty ass."
They're catching up
Yeah,
now.
seriously.
Not anymore, man. They're getting ready to shut down.
Oh,
I
well,
believe we went opening day to the Harry Potter there because my brother was big into the books at the time. If I recall right, yeah.
19 years ago, wasn't he like 7?
He was big into the books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He could read.
He can get read too. Just kidding. I'm sure you could read.
Maybe.
Actually, speaking of AMC, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but did you see the new article that popped up today?
Nope.
Was it today?
No.
So
I've been at work all day.
they say they can confidently reopen by July 17th for Tenet and Mulan.
All right.
So they think
Just those
they
two
can.
movies?
Well, because that's the first two blockbuster like summer blockbusters. And
Right.
those
But that's what I'm wondering. Like, that's the first two summer blockbusters, but you split the theaters up. Just show those two movies.
I don't know what their
That's it.
plan is, but they're saying that if they can't succeed with those two movies, they're gonna go away because they officially filed their first quarter earnings or losses, I should say. So it's officially they lost $2.7 billion the first quarter, compared to last year's first quarter losses of $130 million.
Damn.
A lot of zeros.
Yeah, it's
That
a
is
lot of zeros. Like a lot of zeros. I have an article right here. So the CEO. So the bad thing about this is one of the reasons they lost so much money in that first quarter is because obviously the shutdown, COVID-19, just ruined everything. But we were talking about before is they literally operate on a loss out of the holiday season. So all the money they do make, they just put into renovations to try to fix what's wrong with all their theaters, do upgrades, and all that fun stuff. Well, with the dwindling theater worldwide, especially in like places like China, who has routinely a very large box office during the holiday time, because that's when they have their biggest ones, and things like every year when Star Wars hits or when whatever rock movie is out at the time, is a big chunk for there. Well, AMC had to shut down all their theaters there, and so they'd got none of the Star Wars boom. They got none of the Jumanji stuff. They got none of it.
Wow.
So that killed them right there. And then stateside, they didn't have there was no beginning of the year buzz, like a bunch of movies the first 3 months. So they didn't have any money there, and they already dumped money into everything else. And so they had to cancel a bunch of shit, like contracts and stuff, to basically pay their staff in those first few weeks, and it just went down from there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think
I didn't realize that they had actual theaters in China. I would
Yeah.
have thought it would have been some sort of Chinese theater.
Yeah, there's
company.
They have already opened 10 theaters in other countries. Norway, Germany, Spain, and Portugal. And within the US, obviously, they're expected to open the theaters in July. And then the theaters, the analyst says 14 or 15 other countries that the chain operates have national safety guidelines, except for Saudi Arabia. Apparently, it doesn't have anything for them to do. So, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I suppose we'll see. I mean, I guess kind of hope that Tenet and what was the other movie?
Mulan.
I mean, they're big movies.
Yeah.
See how they do.
Speaking of big movies, comes naturally. We are
Joe.
Mike.
I'm Cody, and today we're joined by
Gosh.
Yeah, there he is. Thumbs up for the people who can see him. But yeah, anyways, that's I thought that was a pretty interesting thing that they're at least, they're not just fucking going by the wayside. Obviously, they want to stay open, but they better hope Tenet is as good as everyone's imagining it's going to be.
Well, the thing that sucks too is that even if the movies are really good, you're still relying upon people to actually want to go to theaters right now, even as places are starting to open back up. You know, hell, Arizona itself is, I think, 115% increase in cases reported.
Yep.
Day over day or something like that.
Some nonsense.
That number's a little weird though too, because it's not taking into account the fact that there's testing available now for the first time for like normal people. You know, like because early on you had to go to the hospital to get tested. And now you can go to like Walgreens and get tested, and like the little clinic at Fry's is starting to do tests and shit like that. Like tests are actually wide. So yeah, it is bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but it is also like a little odd too, because I don't think it's a true indication of like it getting much worse. I think it's about the same. I think most of these people are still asymptomatic too. So it's kind of weird. But it's not good.
No, not at all.
That's for damn sure.
No, it is not. No, it is not. What else is it gonna? I had something else I was gonna say to. Oh, Joe, did you see that crazy video of the separation from the SpaceX thing? It's like 10 seconds
I saw it
long.
Posted while we were talking here, but I haven't watched it yet. No.
It's a gorgeous shot. I mean, it's obviously camera technology, and being able to send the video back to Earth from space is like obviously drastically increased over the last 70 years. But
Seriously, right?
it's a cool shot from inside the body of the rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And when it breaks loose, obviously, like it has all the moisture and stuff evaporates real quick and looks like steam, blah blah. But I didn't realize this piece that pops off also has like a thruster on it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it erupts, and I was like, is it lighting itself on fire? Is it supposed to do this? And then you see it take off, and I was like, oh, okay, well, obviously that's clearly what it's supposed to be doing. It just looked really bizarre. And I was like, this is gonna blow up. It was pretty cool.
Really cool to watch.
Yeah.
There it is. Popular mechanics.
Yeah, the video.
That's why I like watching the actual launches too, because you get to see, especially the SpaceX stuff. You get to see the. God, that is awesome looking.
It's cool, right?
You get to see the different stages release, and then land.
Yeah.
Minutes later.
Which still is like looks fake to me.
It really does, right?
It's like, you guys are Hollywooding this up, right? Like, can I see this in real life? Then you realize you're watching live video. You're like, oh, fuck off.
Technically, you could kind of see it in real life. I mean, you're not going to watch one of the boosters landing in the middle of the ocean because, well, it's in the middle of the ocean. But you could watch it take off.
Why don't we take a SpaceX cruise?
They're going to start opening it up for private travel. I don't know when. I don't remember if I read the date or not on that. Of course, it's going to be like super expensive. And
that's the one where
they're looking at
you breach you leave the atmosphere, right, and then you come back down. Like you're not going to.
No. This is actually going to the ISS.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Like real people?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's terrifying.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but just like
I'd totally do that.
That's just weird to
How
think about.
How much do you think that shit's going to cost?
It can easily cost millions of dollars. I know there's 2, I want to say, private citizens that have done it before. Then they were like millionaires, if not billionaires. I can't remember who they were, and they didn't fly with NASA. They flew with the Russians because the Russians are just like, you want to give money? Okay. We'll send you to space station.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't Lance Bass or something was like gonna do that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Like I thought one of those dudes. I thought he was like gonna go on one of those rocket trips or something. That was years ago.
I wouldn't doubt it. A couple of years ago, I say a couple of years ago, it's probably more than that because I haven't heard of those companies in a long time. There was that company that was making the a low Earth basically one of those ones that you had described, where it's basically just a ballistic trajectory to get very high into pretty much space, edge of space, and then bring you back down.
Yeah, I know Virgin Galactic was one of them, right?
Well, Virgin Galactic is still working on stuff like that, but there was another company that actually had a contest put out for people to win tickets on it, and they were actually accepting tickets. Although I think Virgin Galactic is accepting tickets as well for it. But I don't know what happened to that company. I don't even remember what the name of it was. Something X probably.
Yeah, most likely. Because there was, I'm gonna text this to you as well. This is what I was thinking about. This is something about it, but hold on. Bring up the text message thing. I don't know how technology works. This is one of the things I saw last year. I just texted to y'all. It made me think about it, but I want to say a bunch of years ago, like he was, yeah, so it was in that same article. When he was 23, Lance tried to secure a seat on the Russian space mission and went through astronaut training to become certified. During the process, he discovered he had a heart problem that he had to undergo surgery to correct. Eventually, he was certified as a cosmonaut, but funding for the project ultimately fell through, and he did not go through the space mission.
Okay, so yeah, he was going through the Russians then, who were doing that at the time.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a thing he has where it's like he was on this TV show or whatever, and he had like a space camp set up in the fictional show, obviously. But it made me think about it because I saw that the other day. Pretty funny. It's called Lance Bass Space Camp.
Clever name.
Very clever name. I found the other article I wanted to bring up to you guys about Disneyland reopening mid-July.
The Land World.
Land. So, well, both are planning a rollout. Disney World's rollout is a little different than Disneyland's because Disney World has the multiple parks. Disney World, they, I want to say where to go. So Disney World's phased reopening in Florida begins July 11th, starting with Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. On July 15th, Epcot and Hollywood Studios will be accessible. Though anyone visiting Disney World from the tri-state area actually has to sit through a 14-day quarantine before they can enter the park, so they have to be there for 2 weeks before they can actually go in. But Disneyland in Anaheim, California, is actually planning to reopen on July 17th in time for the 65th anniversary of the park's opening. So they announced today that Disney District, so Downtown Disney District, the shopping center area, will open on July 9th. The California-based theme parks, both California Adventures and Disneyland, will open on the 17th. And then the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Paradise Pier hotels will open on the 23rd. It'll be based on a reservation only for everybody, and that includes annual pass holders. And then they're supposed to release the details of the reservation system here pretty soon. And everybody in the park has to be wearing a mask at all times unless they're eating, obviously, because it's really hard to get food through those masks.
Food during the
and they said that they have not said what the limitation of the park is just yet. But it is supposed to be something like anywhere from a quarter to a third of the normal allotments into the park.
That'll just make the experience more fun because you're not standing in line for 67 hours trying to get on a fucking ride.
Well, and the reason why they said is because one of the analysts that was working with them for Disney World, at least, I'm probably guessing Disneyland too, is he set up a plan for them that lets them clean the rides in between riders without ever having to stop the line. So he gave an example in this article that I'm trying to find right now, but I don't know. It was in Apple News. I don't know where it went, but his example is this. So if you have a ride like the Matterhorn, right? So Matterhorn, he says, routinely has 4 cars running at all times, right, on busy times. He says what you'll need to do is you'll have 6 cars running. When it first opens up, you'll have a group. He did not mention anything about social distancing on the cart, but I'm guessing there's probably going to be some of that. The first cart will be loaded up with passengers, and it will go on the ride like normal. The next cart will be left empty, and it'll go on the same time frame. Third one will have passengers. Fourth one empty. Same thing all the way through, right? So by the time the first cart gets there, all the passengers will get out. They'll spray it down and launch that first one empty. Then when the second one, which originally was empty, gets there, they'll have passengers, and they'll keep doing that. So you'll never have a cart with passengers on one run or on 2 runs in a row, giving them time to disinfect and sterilize the cart before passengers get back in.
Got it. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and then they'll have line queuing with cleaning going in between groups of people. So he didn't specify the amount of people going through, but he said that the line queue will be sectioned off in 6 foot, with gaps of 6 feet between each little stop you're going to go to. Like, so if there's a line, air quotes line, you'll have a 6 foot gap, so social distancing between groups of people that can stand in an area, and you'll have a larger area for groups of people who are together to be next to each other in line, but be 6 feet apart from the next group of people. So it's pretty interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why they're doing the slow rollout for the parks at Disney World that don't have rides or don't have a lot of rides. Things like, Epcot Center. It's a lot of just you walk in areas and you sit down and you watch a presentation or whatever it happens to be, or there's no having to interact with a seatbelt or a pull bar or anything like that. And
I don't know, like they've got like Soarin', and that's a huge ride that has a lot of seats. It's kind of like almost like an amphitheater-ish type ride, but
yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say. Epcot's very unique.
Yeah, so
coaster, it's got Soarin', and a couple other attractions that are sit down or sit in. But then the majority of it is kind of walking around. It's got all of the beer garden stuff and all that. I don't know. That one is unique just because of what it entails, or all of the stuff that's there. A lot more food and drink there than anything, but
it's more of an attractions than anything else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the other part they said in this article on Slash Film, as when I was reading it earlier today, said certain experiences that draw large group gatherings, such as parades and nighttime spectaculars, will return at a later date. While character meet and greets will be temporarily unavailable, characters will be in the parks in new ways to entertain and delight guests. So there's no more
up in the
photo
up on
ops.
the castle, not fucking around with anybody because they don't want to get the Rona
or spread it to somebody else.
I'm sure that Disney's got a good way of ensuring that anybody that has the Rona can't go to work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just get executed and burned in the fire pits below that heat the park.
Underground.
Yep. Never have to see them.
I didn't hear you say it. So they're not limiting it to like state residents only? Because I thought that was something that they were considering at one point.
That earlier, like a few weeks ago or something, but I don't know that. Yeah,
so they're the original, a couple weeks ago when they were first talking about this, the first initial intention was it would be state populated only. So it would be only California could go to Disneyland, and only Florida could go to Disney World's all their parks. But apparently now with the new plan they have set up, and I think that's why they waited till July versus the original plan of opening in June, is to get everything set. I think they want to be able to invite whoever they want. And obviously there's still travel bans from certain countries that aren't allowed to come in. But it'll be, all of probably North America. They can probably go to it right away. It'll be interesting because we don't know, how many people are going to let in the park or how the reservation is going to work. One of the things I was reading earlier is, and it wasn't from anybody that was involved with it. It was just somebody who thought it was a good idea, and everyone was like chiming in on it, on comments and stuff. Whereas if the reservations will be set up for having time slots for rides, so you will get a schedule for what rides you go on when. So
that'd be interesting. So it's not you picking what rides you want to go on when with their like fast pass system and just reserving. Jesus, can't talk today.
It's fine. You've
a time. It's literally just them being like, here's your itinerary for the day.
Yep.
Right.
You will be able to go on Splash Mountain at
Between
this time.
Such a time.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, I'd be okay with it. I could see a lot of people not being okay with it, but
fuck those people. They can go to Universal Studios.
Oh my.
Pretty much.
Or Knott's Berry Farms or whatever.
Is that still the place?
I don't fucking know. Yep. It was in October. I know
sure
that.
It is.
Actually, Taj may know since he lived in California more recently than any of us, and maybe Mike too because he was in that area. Is that other weird theme park still in California? The Great Adventures or something?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You ever been there before? It's the one that had the Top Gun ride.
Oh, is that in California? I thought that was somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like Great America or something like that.
Yeah, I remember there's a YouTube channel called Defunct Land that they talk about all defunct rides like that. And that was on there. I thought that was California. I didn't think that was in California.
What was that, Tosh?
California's Great America. It's in San Francisco, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the one. I want to say that's where it's at.
I've never been there, by the way.
Okay,
and it's still open, even though they're temporarily closed.
Well, yeah, like everything else.
But, yeah.
Right? Because they have, like...
Legitimately never heard of this place before.
Really?
That was the place where Paramount would lease their names for their movies and stuff and do rides and whatnot. They had like a Tomb Raider ride, they had the Top Gun ride, and they had something else. I can't remember what. I don't think those exist anymore. Paramount is no longer doing the licensing for that, but they still have the rides there, I believe.
They have a roller coaster called the Demon.
Yeah, Flight Deck.
Oh,
Gold Striker.
Flight Decks. That's the Top Gun one. That's what that is.
Lucy's Cabbies. Yeah.
Ugh,
I think I'd get on that one. Patriot, Psycho Mouse.
How dare you?
Railblazer, the Grizzly, Woodstock Express.
And they had like a bunch. Yeah, here they are. They had they call them thrill rides. They're essentially fair rides. Like stuff you'd see at a fair, like tilt-a-whirls and shit.
Yeah, but they don't have the what's the zero gravity one that everybody likes to get on and puke. I'd go for that.
Zero gravity one.
You know, the one that spins in a circle and pushes you up against the.
They do. It's an open one. It's called the Tiki Twirl.
Is that the same thing, or are you strapped in on that one? Because
this one you're
the
facing.
Zero gravity one, you were.
Yeah, you're on the little slider wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one you're on seats that face outward, so if you vomit, it goes away from everybody else. But it literally
depends on where you are in that little circle, though.
Yeah, if you're too close, like someone's gonna turn their head. Like this. If you look in the picture I'm looking at, this bitch on the far right is looking right at this other lady who does not look like she's having a good time. And
are you looking? You said far right.
Yeah, the blonde lady next to the darker haired lady with the dark shirt on, who does not look like she's having a good time.
Well, she looks a little concerned. I can certainly say that.
Yeah, she don't not look like she having fun. It could be because there's an open flame. Scroll down, Taj. There's an open flame next to him.
Shit!
I'm gonna send this to the other guys so they can see as well. Because that is ridiculous.
That looks fantastic. I'd get on that.
So you guys can see the pictures we're talking about as well.
Jesus Christ, dog.
Yeah, because that's interesting. Because I found the park that I was talking about.
That. I'm not writing that shit.
Mike just got the picture.
Yep. What?
I don't like things that go around and around like that. I just don't. No, it's called Kings Island, and it's in Mason, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
That's a really popular place.
Isn't that one of the Six Flags ones?
I don't think so. It doesn't say it. It doesn't say it is now.
Is it Kings Island, Joe?
Yeah, Kings Island. But they were talking about the Top Gun ride. It was Top Gun, then Flight Deck, and now it's called The Bat.
The Bat. Largest amusement and water park in the Midwest.
Ooh, la-di-da.
La-di-fucking-da.
I want to say, or maybe Cedar Point.
So legitimately, it's like the same fucking website as the other place. Like, it's got to be owned by the same people.
It probably is owned by the same people. Yeah.
Because, yeah. Thrill rides, roller coasters. So, yeah, it's got to be the same parent company. Adventure Express Backlot Stunt Coaster, whatever that is. This has got a lot more roller coasters, though. Damn.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Great Adventures is not very big of a park.
Yeah, this place is huge, though. Kings Island.
I can't remember, because the company that is Six Flags has a bunch of parks. I thought there was one in Ohio.
I think there is. Is that Great America? No. Six Flags.
Yeah, they're both owned by the same company, Cedar Fair Entertainment Company.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Where are all Six Flags located? Here we go. Georgia, California, San Antonio. What the hell? I don't want to. Fuck you.
No, thank you.
Better website, assholes. California, Georgia, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, and Texas.
That's not one in Ohio.
Not one in Ohio.
But
then they have some worldwide stuff too.
Yeah, there's a place. Well, Kings Island, I think, is the biggest and most popular one.
But Cedar Point's in Ohio too.
Cedar Point, yeah, that's the one. It is Cedar Point that I'm thinking of. It's not a Six Flags one, but I know it's a pretty big one, right? Because that one's supposed to have like some pretty gnarly like coasters at it too, right?
The roller coaster capital of the fucking world, it says. They ain't fucking around.
Cedar Point also owned by Cedar Fair Entertainment.
Fair enough. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Apparently, Six Flags is a bunch of punk bitches in comparison to this other place.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, yeah, the website's exactly the same, too.
Yeah.
If you scroll down to the bottom, it literally says owned,
Yeah, I see it.
2020 Cedar Fair Entertainment Company.
Yeah, and
I knew they owned a lot of stuff. I didn't realize that they owned that much.
They're fucking doing big things.
I wouldn't say they have a ton of roller coasters. I mean,
they got a good number, though. That's at least 20 coasters by itself without the thrill shit. 1, 2, 3,
that's
4. 18. I missed. Still, that's a lot of roller coasters without even including the other shit, the fair shit.
Because I want to say it might have been Kings Island. One of them had a Batman ride. Joe probably knows this. It's Batman and Robin.
Owned by fucking what you call it though? Six Flags, since they've got like the legit Batman rides and all that.
Yeah, but they used to have it in different parks though.
Bless you, I think.
Yeah, it's fine. He's okay. But they had one. It was Batman and Robin because the coasters are side by side, and the tracks were mirrored.
And that wasn't a Six Flags ride?
I don't think so. I think it was at one of these other parks.
So. I think you see Batman and Robin, the Chiller.
Might be. I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it does say that was a Six Flags Great Adventure.
That's what I'm saying. Because
Jackson, New Jersey.
Those names or those ride names.
Premiered June 7th, 1997. It actually closed down, didn't reopen until 1998, and was finally removed in 2007.
The Chiller.
Is that the ride I'm thinking of? Oh, it is the ride. Yeah, you can see the two tracks.
The 2-track colors.
Yeah.
Ride operation was changed to launch only one side at a time, so it was originally side by side.
Yeah.
As a result of the amount of power required, the ride's linear induction motor launch system.
Yeah. Okay, so it was the Six Flags one. I just remember seeing like that one. Like everyone's like, this ride is awesome, and then it like failed a bunch or something like that. I was like, okay, well there you go.
Awesomely shitty.
Yep.
If you're really interested in that type of stuff, I would highly suggest watching on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel called Defunct Land, where they go over like all kinds of different defunct roller coasters and amusement parks and whatnot. He even has a new one called Defunct TV, where he talks about different TV shows and why they're no longer on the air and whatnot.
It's a good time. That's the one that did the Black Cauldron one, right, Joe?
Yeah, he's the one that did the Black Cauldron one.
In Japan? Yeah. Or from
Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it literally had the devil telling people they're going to die.
Oh!
Yep. Oh, that one's a fascinating one to watch.
Yeah.
The Japanese people just don't give a fuck.
No.
They do not. Not even a little bit.
That one was one, if I recall right, where it was actually built on Umbrella's castle.
Yeah.
And it was something about it was a kind of like the villains takeover thing, and it was just a walkthrough area. And at one point, like you have a witch or something, I can't remember what, over like the giant the cauldron, and she's speaking in Japanese. So unless you know Japanese, you don't really know what she's saying. But yeah, it's like something about Satan and this or that. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
What?
And like they have to choose one of the heroes to defeat Satan or whatever, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was like, this is awesome. Japan's like, nah, fuck it.
I'm all about it. Fuck it.
You should, yeah, Taj, you should watch that episode of Defunct Land, because it actually has video. It's obviously like
shitty,
not really,
90s grainy.
Yeah, it's not great video because it's
yes.
from like a handy cam, and like not great for low light, like any camera really isn't. But you can see the gist of it. And if you know what the Black Cauldron is, which I highly recommend everyone watch if you haven't seen it, before they make the live action one they're planning.
And it's a book series.
It is a book series, yes. But like it features pretty prominently the devil, and so they have an animatronic version of him on the ride, and he's like backlit by flames, and I was like, holy shit, you guys are just yeah, like yikes. I like it a lot.
See if I can get this picture over here.
Wish FaceTime had the messenger component in it.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's not like I'm not using a computer that has both conveniently placed inside of it, but if I only had multiple monitors. Ooh, I got a text message from Joseph.
I got one too.
From Joey Pusshound. Oh, yeah, that's it.
What's the name of this shit again?
The Black Cauldron?
The Black Cauldron.
The Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yep, Disney animated movie.
All right.
It wasn't one of the most popular ones.
No, it's because it's super fucking dark.
I like dark.
Yeah. Except for the ladies.
Nah.
But yeah, no, it was funny because I was flipping through. I was trying to find something to watch. Oh, I read. Speaking of Disney, I read an article that they're planning one of the next rollouts of live action is they're doing a live action version of Black Cauldron.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. And in that article, they're also like, oh yeah, by the way, they're also making a Percy Jackson television show.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
And I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't even know Disney owned that. Like, what?
Do they?
Apparently. Well, the first movie's on Disney Plus because I watched it the other night because I distinctly remember liking the first one, but not the second one.
Yeah.
And realizing it's all it is to, grab at Harry Potter. But the article I saw was talking about how the author said that he's working with Disney on the TV show, and that it's going to correct all the problems the movie had. And I was like, well, obviously the movie had to cut out some stuff, but I mean, what?
Dude, 2027 for live action Black Cauldron.
Yeah, I didn't say it was soon.
I might not make it.
I mean,
that's just when things open back up again. That's why they put that date back up.
There it is. I finally found the what the animatronic says. So it starts with evil laugh, everyone welcome. In this black cauldron, everything in the world is controlled. Don't be afraid. It will all be over shortly. No one can escape from here, and you'll be sacrificed to the black cauldron. Oh, Satan's kiln. And it goes on from there. Like,
oh my.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up, dude.
Talks about the army of death rising, devil's servants. Yeah.
Do the damn thing.
And that's in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to like have it like a live action thing in front of children at a theme park is just like, oh, y'all want to kill motherfuckers, huh? Oh, that's why. It was released by 20th Century Fox. That's how they have the Percy Jackson movie on there.
Oh, because yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, how? I don't remember that being a Disney movie.
Yeah, no.
Because it was, I mean, it's not that Disney movies don't have blood and violence in them, but like, that one's pretty fucking violent for a kids movie. But, you look at Harry Potter and that shit is uber violent.
I like it.
Anyhow, I thought that was interesting that they just kind of glanced over the fact they're doing a Percy Jackson show. I was like, it seemed like a pretty big thing.
Is it going to be a Disney Plus only thing?
Disney Plus, yeah. Television program of some sort.
Program.
Well, I don't even know how popular Percy Jackson books are compared to like anything else. Actually, and speaking of which, I don't even know how many books were there. Do not want to go to that guy's website. Yikes.
Percy Jackson books?
5 of them? The Lightning Thief, the Sea of Monsters, the Titan's Curse, the Battle of the Labyrinth, and the Last Olympian.
4? Yeah, 4.
Well, it says 5 here.
Number of books 5.
Oh, there's supplemental works as well. Okay. I was like, what is this thing? But that's nothing. That is not one of the books. Boom. Yeah, five books seems like a lot. I think they split the last one into 2 movies.
Oh, is that what they did?
Well, with Harry Potter, they did.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, shit, they only got 2 movies out of this before it fucking tanked.
Yeah, well, the second one was fucking trash.
It wasn't fantastic.
Oh, it's not even that. Oh, the last book's not even that long, so they can easily get them. Oh, well, that makes fucking sense. Guess who publishes the books?
Who?
Disney Hyperion in the U.S.
Oh.
It sure should do. Here it is right there. Yep. Miramax book, Disney Hyperion.
Yep. Oh, that's hilarious. What the fuck don't they have?
If they don't have it, it's because they didn't want it. That's pretty much what I'm learning about Disney.
Yeah, not yet, at least. Oh, they just okay. Well, I guess I know why it fell under the radar of why no one knew they were making a television program.
What is that?
Because they announced it on May 14th, 2020.
Oh, right in the thick of it.
Yep, literally just announced it a couple weeks ago. That's kind of cool, though. Anything else? Anybody got anything else?
Negative.
Michael,
No.
been awfully quiet. Got no news from the grocery world.
No, people are assholes, and
That's not new.
and
Heard that.
Heard
meat
that.
is more expensive now. That's about it.
Heard that too.
That sucks.
Yep.
Mike's out there slinging dong, and it's extra money now. People aren't paying the same rates.
Yeah.
Good thing though. It's like fucking crab season.
The whole give them a taste for free and get them hooked thing's not working. I was just putting my dick out for everybody, and then I was expecting a couple second buyers, but like no repeat customers. You know what I mean? So I got to rethink my game here.
It might not be the price, Mike. It might be
No?
It might be the quality of the meat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What are you saying?
Because we all know your strategy. Your motto is pushing a boat with a rope.
That's only for love, sir. I'm talking about business. I give him to a hard and fast. You know what I'm saying?
Mike gives him all 3 inches, and that's when he pushes back to his pelvis.
I'm losing a little bit of weight, so the stomach's smaller, so it makes my dick look slightly bigger. So
Fair enough.
I'm getting a lot of momentum going right now.
Weight loss is good for 2 things: health and penis size.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what Mike's finding out.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, man.
All right, on that note, I think we should probably wrap it up, huh?
Pretty sure
Yes,
that's it.
sir.
All right. Comes naturally, we are.
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody, and again, we were joined by,
Taj.
and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.